Started by former Israeli soldiers, Breaking the Silence collects testimonies from soldiers serving in the occupied Palestinian territories about the abuse of Palestinian rights. These abuses, which include torture, looting, and destruction of properties, have been going on for years without repercussions. The exhibit is a platform for soldiers to explain firsthand the moral decadence that the occupation has created. Through these means, Breaking the Silence demands accountability for Israel's military actions in the occupied territories.
Thinking as a civilian was the first time that I actually saw everything I've done as a soldier in a very different perspective. And when I realized that, when I saw everything in a different perspective, suddenly I lost justification for everything I took part in. Suddenly the way I justified things throughout my military service didn't make sense. And that's when I felt that I need to do something, and that something became Breaking the Silence later on.
Avihai Stolder, who is also a soldier during the Second Intifada, has been working with the organization for a year now. As a researcher, he collects testimonials from soldiers that highlight the daily experience of Palestinians under conditions of occupation, closure, and restricted movement.
When Breaking the Silence came to me a year ago and asked me to give my own testimony, tell my own stories, my immediate response was that I have nothing to tell them. And after I met them and found myself telling stories for more than 2 hours, I guess I understood that everybody has a part in it, at least every soldier that served in the West Bank throughout the last 10 years. I mean, it was the first time, I guess, that I became accountable for the things that I personally did.
The traveling exhibit has brought out a strong reaction amongst audiences in Copenhagen.
Well, I gained the information from the first hand, from the soldiers, and it kind of gives hope that people are coming out, the soldiers are coming out with their stories.
I've heard about these things before, but pictures are much stronger than words.
I'm a bit surprised about what's going on, and at the same time it's a war and it's an occupied area, so what can you expect from what they're doing?
The travelling exhibit that concludes its worldwide tour today is an attempt to present reality of the occupation through eyes of the Israeli soldiers. Breaking the Silence has so far successfully showcased the injustices that Palestinians face on a daily basis under occupation, injustices that the soldiers themselves have been a part of. This is Preeti Nalu, Press TV, Copenhagen.